This video will demonstrate how triggers work within Synatic. At the end of this video, you will have learned what triggers are and how to use a trigger to execute a flow. Triggers are used to define when a flow will be executed. They can execute on a time-based cron clock or via email. In addition, they can be called as an API endpoint, or they can watch for specific events based on the available connections, such as Salesforce Platform Event. In summary, you can schedule on a time basis, receive email files, trigger off of an API call, or use webhooks to execute a flow. To add a trigger, go to the Trigger section, click on the plus button, and then the trigger page will be loaded with all the available triggers. Some available triggers are HTTP, schedule, email, and typeform. You also have Platform Event, which is built on Salesforce, Kafka, and all these other triggers based on the different connections available within Synatic. For this example, we're going to use a schedule trigger. To add the schedule trigger, click on it, and it opens up the cron bar. From there, click on the Edit button. This is where you select the times and determine how often you'd like the flow to run. So, if you select 20, under minutes, you notice that at every 20 minutes past the hour, the flow will be executed. You also have these other options available. As soon as you are done setting this up, click on the Save button. The scheduled trigger will be added to the Trigger section. It is possible to have more than one trigger added to a flow. To add another trigger, for example an email trigger, click on it to open, configure, and save it. The email trigger will also appear in the trigger sections as shown. Triggers that require connections will provide you with an option to create a connection if one has not been created already. For example, if you want to use a Salesforce Platform Event trigger, click on the plus button next to the connection button. A connection page will open where you can select the connection type and log on to create a connection. And that is how you add triggers within Synatic. You have learned how to add triggers and use them to execute a flow. Thanks for watching.